sunlight attacks, your skin fights back. 80% of your skin aging comes from this, not genetics, not time, your sunscreen mistakes. Are you making them?
If I told you that most people apply sunscreen completely wrong, would you check how you're doing it? Here's the truth. 80% of visible aging comes from sun exposure. Not genetics, not time, the sun. And yet, most people either skip sunscreen entirely or use so little that it's practically useless. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about sunscreen. Mineral versus chemical. SPF ratings, the two-finger rule. And why you're probably not using nearly enough. Why sunscreen matters. Let's start with why this matters so much. Every time you step outside, your skin is hit by ultraviolet radiation. UV radiation comes in two types that reach your skin. UVB rays. These are the burning rays. They damage the surface of your skin, cause sunburns, and are the primary cause of skin cancer. Think B for burning. Then there's UVA rays, the aging rays. These penetrate deeper into your skin, breaking down collagen and elastin, causing wrinkles, sagging, and hyperpigmentation. Think A for aging. UVA rays make up 95% of the UV radiation that reaches Earth. And here's what most people don't know. UVA rays pass through clouds, through windows, even through car windshields. You're getting UVA exposure indoors near windows, on cloudy days, while driving. This is why dermatologists say sunscreen isn't optional. It's the single most important anti-aging product you can use. More important than retinol. More important than vitamin C. More important than any serum. Because all the anti-aging actives in the world won't matter if you're getting UV damage every single day. SPF explained. So what does SPF actually mean? SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor. It measures how well a sunscreen protects against UVB rays, the burning rays. Here's what the numbers really mean. SPF 15 blocks about 93% of UVB rays. SPF 30 blocks 97%. SPF 50 blocks 98%. Notice something. The difference between 30 and 50 is just 1% more protection. So the jump from 15 to 30 is significant. But after that, you get diminishing returns. Most dermatologists recommend SPF 30 as the minimum, with SPF 50 being ideal for extended sun exposure. But here's the catch. SPF only measures UVB protection, not UVA. For UVA protection, you need to look for something called broad spectrum. Broad spectrum means the sunscreen protects against both UVA and UVB rays. Always choose broad spectrum. Non-negotiable. And speaking of non-negotiables, if you're learning something new here, hit that subscribe button now. We break down skincare science like this every single week. Turn on notifications so you don't miss when we cover hyaluronic acid next. Alright, let's talk about the two types of sunscreen. There are two categories of sunscreen, mineral and chemical. They work completely differently. Mineral sunscreens, also called physical sunscreens, sit on top of your skin like a shield. They contain zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. These minerals physically reflect and scatter UV rays away from your skin, like a mirror. Think of them as a physical barrier. Chemical sunscreens work differently. They absorb into your skin, and then absorb UV rays, converting them into heat, which is released from your skin. Common chemical filters include Avobenzone, octinoxate, and homosalate. So which is better? Here's the truth. Both work when applied correctly, but they have different pros and cons. Mineral sunscreens, the pros, they start working immediately, no waiting time. They're less likely to irritate sensitive skin or cause allergic reactions. They're photostable, meaning they don't break down in sunlight. The cons? They can leave a white cast, especially on darker skin tones. They can feel thicker or greasier, and they're easier to rub or sweat off. Chemical sunscreens. The pros. They blend in invisibly. No white cast. They feel lighter and more cosmetically elegant. They're easier to layer under makeup. The cons. They need 15 to 20 minutes to activate after application. They're more likely to cause irritation, especially if you have sensitive skin or rosacea. Some filters break down in sunlight and need more frequent reapplication. So which should you choose? If you have sensitive skin, rosacea, or prefer immediate protection, go mineral. If you have oily skin, want something lightweight, or wear makeup, chemical might work better. Or try a hybrid. Many modern sunscreens combine both for the best of both worlds. The application problem. Now here's where most people go wrong. Application. Studies show that most people apply only 25 to 50% of the recommended amount. And when you use half the amount, you get way less than half the protection. If you apply half the amount of SPF 30, you're getting closer to SPF 7 or 8, not 30. Single digits. So how much should you actually use? For your face and neck, you need about 1/4 teaspoon. That's roughly 2 finger lengths squeezed out. This is called the 2-finger rule. Squeeze sunscreen along your index and middle finger, from base to tip. That's 1 application for your face. Then, another finger length for your neck and ears. I know it feels like a lot. It might feel greasy at first, but this is the amount needed to get the SPF protection on the label. Less than this, and you're not getting the protection you think you're getting. When and how to apply. Let's talk about timing. When should you apply sunscreen? Sunscreen should be the last step in your morning skincare routine. After cleanser, after serums, after moisturizer. Wait a minute or two for your moisturizer to absorb, then apply sunscreen. If you're using a chemical sunscreen, apply it 15 to 20 minutes before sun exposure. If you're using a mineral sunscreen, it works immediately. Now, what about reapplication? This is where most people completely fail. You need to reapply every 2 hours of sun exposure. Not optional. Every 2 hours. Why? Because sunscreen breaks down with UV exposure, gets rubbed off by touching your face, and sweats off throughout the day. If you're swimming or sweating heavily, reapply every 40 to 80 minutes, depending on whether your sunscreen is water resistant. I know what you're thinking. But I wear makeup. How do I reapply? Use a powder sunscreen, a sunscreen spray, or a cushion compact with SPF for touch-ups over makeup. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Or better yet, choose a sunscreen that works under your makeup and commit to reapplying when possible. Common sunscreen myths. Let's clear up some myths. Myth 1. I don't need sunscreen on cloudy days. False. Up to 80% of UV rays penetrate clouds. Myth 2. I don't need sunscreen indoors. Partially false. If you sit near windows, you're getting UVA exposure through the glass. Myth 3. My makeup has SPF 15, so I'm covered. False. You'd need to apply 7 times the normal amount of foundation to get SPF 15 protection. Use actual sunscreen. Myth 4. Dark skin doesn't need sunscreen. False. While melanin provides some natural protection, everyone needs sunscreen. Skin cancer can affect all skin tones, and UV damage causes hyperpigmentation and aging in melanated skin too. Myth 5. Sunscreen causes vitamin D deficiency. Practically false. You'd need to apply sunscreen perfectly and never miss a spot for this to be a real concern. Most people don't apply enough anyway. Plus, vitamin D can come from diet and supplements, sunscreen and other actives. One more thing. if you're using actives like retinol, vitamin C, or AHAS. Sunscreen becomes even more critical. Retinol increases sun sensitivity. AHAS and BHAS make your skin more vulnerable to UV damage. Vitamin C works best when paired with sunscreen for antioxidant protection. These ingredients are amazing for your skin, but only if you protect that skin from the sun. Using retinol without sunscreen is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You're working against yourself. And that's sunscreen science. The most important product in your routine. If you found this valuable, make sure you're subscribed. We're building the most comprehensive skincare education library on YouTube. Every Tuesday, new science-backed content. And here's what's coming next. Hyaluronic acid. The molecule that holds 1,000 times its weight in water. But most people are using it wrong and actually dehydrating their skin. Drop a comment right now. Are you using hyaluronic acid? Let me know. Until next time, protect your skin every single day.